Gentlemen, how you doing on this fine Tuesday morning? As I look around, as I do every day, to think about what to say, because don't get me wrong, these small videos in which I post, and not everything that goes through my walnut of a brain, you know, but I like to give you a little taste of what goes on inside my head, because obviously it'd be something like out of Beetlejuice if you were actually inside my head. Which is not really a bad thing as my head. Um, but more death and destruction for me to report for you guys. You know, I think we're all starting to lose connectivity with each other. We fear to hug each other through, disease. We fear to talk to one another because we don't want to upset each other. This political correctness and all. Don't get me wrong. I don't wish to offend people. I don't wish by my views and everything else to upset anyone out there. The way I see it is I say it how it is. I'm not one of these people to think something and not say it, not voice their opinion. As you guys know, I'm really, really strongly for freedom of speech and freedom of expression. And yes, I can understand in the last couple of days with a few conversations that I've had that people believe that there should be kind of some barrier or line or this, that, and the other that goes between freedom of speech and speech, to bring hatred. I think Britain First was the example that was used, with them using their right for freedom of speech, but using it in what people believe a wrong way. I'm not silly. I'm not stupid. At some point in my life, I have not been a white supremacist, because that'd be fucking whack, but have sat there, at a bus stop or, in a shop, and you've looked around and, the whole game of spot the white man. No racial terms, connotation to it. I was young, I was little, I was a mindless drone sheep. That was before the programming wore off. And I did think to myself, we are getting invaded, our country is getting taken, but I only saw what I saw in front of me. That was before I saw the rest of the world. Before I saw that we invade 80% of the planet and then piss and moan about immigration. People piss and whinge about Syrian, refugees. But yet you're okay, or not okay, but haven't stood up and said anything about the fact that we're the ones that are bombing them. I'm not saying I'm bombing them, or David Cameron's bombing them, or your brothers and sisters, mothers and fathers, which they are, bombing them. But, we are as a country responsible for our actions outside of the world, outside of our country. Where you get people that, jump up and down when, I don't know, Jersey Shore or fucking The Only Way is Essex or something gets cancelled or postponed or this, that, and other. But what about all the Palestinian men, women and children that are being held in prison for no reason? What about all these people in Gitmo? Everybody has this perception that, they're full of terrorists. But if you actually looked at how you ended up in Gitmo and what the connotations to it was, you could have done anything and ended up in Gitmo. The people on the other end suspect you of X, Y, and Z. We live in a crazy, crazy ass world where you can't speak your mind anymore. You can't say what you feel because everybody's got that voice in the back of their head where they're scared to upset people. Well, I'm sorry. If my words upset you, if you put power behind these words and the only emotion you get from it is negativity, I am not to blame. That is you. That is you and your feelings. I can only say what I want to say. I believe it was George Bush's father that said something about rule of law, not rule of the jungle. Law of the jungle. I'd go back to rule of the jungle, because at the end of the day, what makes us better than everything else out there? Nothing. I said to my partner the other day, about us thinking that we're superior because we're at the top of, our food chain, this, that and the other. But it would change if we were to stick a human in a cage with a lion, because we wouldn't be top of the fucking food chain then, would we? We think we're so intelligent. But I've seen animals with more intelligence, with more compassion, with more love than what we give our own people. Look at our history for the last 200 years and look at the amount of killing and destruction. For what? For land, for money, for oil, for resources? What the fuck? I'm not saying we should start crawling around on all fours butt naked. I do think the whole clothes thing's a little bit too much, but that's my own personal opinion. Why can't we go back to the days where we loved our neighbours, where we didn't know everybody that was out there, but we had the common courtesy and, the politeness to say hello. Not to start a conversation, to say hello. In this day and age, you pass more people and nobody says fuck all. Nobody says hello. Nobody expresses themselves. And then you wonder why. Myself, my brothers and sisters that do the same thing, my brothers and sisters that protest, when you see them, you go, what the fuck is going on? Why are these people doing this? These crazy ass tinfoil hat wearing people. We're not. We just have a different view of this so-called reality, and we do not want to conform to the status quo. If we had to, if these rules, if these this, that and the other were to guide us and to keep us safe, we'd all be the fucking same. But we're not. We're all different. We're all loved the same. We all express love the same, or can express love the same. So why not? Why do it? Why use hatred? I'll use the Britain First thing with the free speech. They say, why use, they have their free speech and they choose to use it for hatred. Well, maybe because nobody's shown them love. Maybe nobody's shown them compassion. The Syrians that we have up here, if I was to adopt the same knuckle dragging, as that's how I see it, knuckle dragging ideology as Britain First, these people would be scared fucking shitless. But we don't have to do that. Where's the love? Where's the feed the world? Where's the why can't we hug the world? This planet is beautiful. And the people on it are beautiful in their own different ways. Yet nobody's willing to share that anymore. Everybody's within themselves. It's iPhones and iMacs. Where's the us? Where's the unity? Where's the love? It's gone. It's time to bring it back. If you want to conquer ISIS, if you want to conquer the corrupt politics, we need love. We need a foundation of love, peace and understanding. Because otherwise we are just playing their game by their rules. It's time to throw their game on the floor and get them to play our game at our rules. Because that's the way it works. There's more of us than there is of them. We need to kind of grasp that. And as usual, guys, peace and love. Please subscribe, follow, like, share the message. Fucking give me a nasty comment if you want. Just something, some input from the human race, please.